Everybody here, Captain Geo Bumbaclot in the house, bro. What's up? Big up, man. Guys, welcome to the stream. I'm your boy Dre. Guys, we are streaming today Digital Combat Simulator, and we'll be flying this A10C2 on some target practice. We'll explain what the mission parameters are. And this is also a test stream, man. That's why we're doing this on Sunday night. We're on 3 platforms, hopefully. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. So anyway, guys, and we got Captain Geo, first viewer here, content creator as well. So please make sure to check him out in the chat and subscribe and look at his content, man. He's making some great content out there, guys. So without further ado, man, let's jump on board. We are on this cold and dark A10. And this is the second version of the A10 here on Digital Combat Simulator. Let me refresh my track IR. It seems like it was a bit stuttery here. So guys, we're going to get the aircraft initialized, of course, and we'll be going over what the mission parameters are, and so that we can get out of here. Really briefly, I do want to show you guys exactly what this mission entails. Here we are at Batumi Airfield. This A represents our aircraft, of course, and we can zoom out. This is a training mission that I designed myself, and you could definitely, let's see, we should be able to see if we click on ourselves what we're doing there, of course, and you'll be able to see the mission target area is up here where you see all this red. So essentially, we're going to fly out over the water, get the aircraft configured for a few combat runs, and take it from there and figure out what type of situation we find ourselves. And we should be most certainly doing this until we are empty. I'm just checking something here out really quick. Yeah, it looks like it is. It's like it's working here. This multifaceted stream. So far so good. So that's what we're doing. So let's jump back in here, guys, and it's not going to be a whole lot of music or anything going on today because this is a quite busy work here. So without further ado, let's get this party started. First thing we're going to do here is click on this battery here, and then we need to put the inverter up in the on position or the standby position, which is allowing electricity to circulate through the aircraft. And then of course we need to start the APU, which is down here. As we start the APU, we need to focus in here at the bottom. We can see there the APU RPMs are coming up, passing 60. The exhaust gas temperature is coming back down to stabilize itself. And once we get 100% there on the RPM, we can go ahead and activate our generator, which we'll go ahead and do now, guys. So we'll come here, and of course the generator is here, one click up, and now we've got the generator. Let's zoom in just a little bit here, guys. Now with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start turning on some other systems here, and then we'll get the cockpit closed. Actually, it's kind of loud out there. Let's close that cockpit now. Alright, cockpit is closed. Let's go ahead and continue to initialize the aircraft. Now we must get our CDU on, as well as the Iggy navigation with these two buttons here. So we'll start to see our CDU come on as well, guys. We're also going to come here and get the aircraft, all the avionics up. So we're going to turn the KICU on, which is this apparatus here, and we'll turn the 2 screens on to the day position. KICU will start it to initialize, and we can get our JTARs on, as well as our IFCC. The IFCC is now on, and you can see up here in the HUD, it says engage pre-flight bit. We are going to say yes. And now you can see that it will be running its own test here. In the meantime, let's continue to configure the aircraft. We are not on multiplayer right now, so we're going to be using the automated ATC. So we need to get our radios on, and of course we need to come down here and we need to get this radio frequency changed to 131. And before we start the aircraft, we have to get approval. So we'll go ahead and call for approval.
Springfield 1-1. Request startup.
Alright, so before we start up, we'll just be waiting on that.
Pull up.
Batumi, clear for startup. Wind 140.
Altitude.
Alright, so we can exit that. We've been approved for startup. Before we do so, we're going to do a few other items. This is one of our MFCDs, of course, multifunction display units here. We're going to go ahead and load the data cartridge, which is basically loading our flight plan and also optimizing our system stores. So we're going to do that, and while that's happening, you can see the test is done up here on the bit. So let me zoom in that for you guys so you can see that a little bit better. There you go. So here we're going to hit enter for exit. We're going to use the select rocker down to exit. We're going to click that, and now that that's back there, we can most certainly come back down here, and we're going to put the IFFCC up. And now we have some instrumentation on the HUD. Now what we can do here, guys, is we'll get our digital stores up, and that'll tell our weaponry that we have, and we'll go back out and take a look, and we'll get this onto the CDU. Now in this aircraft, like most of the combat aircraft, the INS navigation has to align itself. So where you see this T equals 1.76.4, we want this to get to 4.00.8. That'll be INS line, and it'll say INS ready. So in the meantime, let's continue to work our way around the cockpit, guys. Now, in order for our stabilizers to work on the aircraft and for us to have pitch and yaw, we have to come down here. Sorry, I'm trying to work here. We have to come down here and turn all of our yaw switches on, as well as our pitch switches. And let's double check everything else here. Also, we're going to want that anti-skid on. And flaps are indicating down, but that's because the engines are not started. We also need to take control of this guy here and uncage it. Get rid of that red. And there we go. The red has disappeared. And of course, the aircraft is continuing to initialize there with the INS. In the meantime, let's get our radar system as well as our shaft system up and running. This is basically the system that uses our ECM, which is our radar jammer, and it also works on our shaft and flare in case we get incoming missiles or SAMs. So we're just going to get this up one click on each one. It'll be in the standby mode because we are on the ground. Let's go ahead and run our field test right here on this fuel indicator. You can see the field test indicator is working. Guys, let's also come over here to the left side here and do our, we need to go ahead and test all of our instrument lights and warnings. So let's make sure we can do that. Fire detect, bleed air, leak test, and we'll do our signal lamp test. And everything, let's make sure, okay, we want to come check the annunciator panel down there. We see everything lit up. So that test is actually working well. And not much to go before we are fully aligned, guys. We also need to run an oxygen test here, this liquid oxygen filter here. So you're just going to hold this indicator, and you're going to watch it cycle all the way, and then we should get a warning sound as well. Okay, and all the way, oxygen test is complete with no warning sound. Our oxygen is to normal, so that is good. And now, guys, we need to make sure we have some lights on for departure. So we're going to come right over here to our light panel, guys. And sorry about the track IR. Sorry, we're pinging an aircraft in the air. We're going to get it on up to steady as we are on the ground. And we'll get our anti-collision lights on. And let's get our instruments up, as well as the floodlights here. And now let's come look here, guys. Look, it says INS ready navigation. It is at 4.00.8. So now you're going to hit the nav button here. Now once the nav button's hitting, you're going to come down here on your HSI right here where your navigation selections are. We're going to select IGI, and we're going to select steer point. And Reese says, I have a PC that can use DCS World, but won't be downloading it. Nice. Welcome to the stream, Reese. All right, guys. Now that we have that all taken care of, we can go ahead and start our engines. We are going to double check and make sure the engine area is clear. Engine area is clear. Let us go ahead and get the right engine started. Fuel lever is in. And we got some rotation back here on the right engine. Let's go ahead and monitor gauges, guys. Again, everybody, welcome to the stream. This is a multifaceted stream. So for Twitch and Facebook, guys, if you're checking in, thank you for checking in. I have not yet mastered how I'm going to be chatting with you guys. And of course, those on YouTube, Appreciate you, and I can see you guys' chat, so hopefully I'll figure that whole chat system out. Okay, we're going to continue to watch the aircraft engine come up. We need to wait for it to stabilize before we start the other one. Okay, that engine stabilized. Let's go ahead and start the second one. You're going to notice as I look to the left here, you're going to see the other field knob come up. Okay, it danced up. Now we are looking at the left engine here, and we see clear rotation. Nothing is impeding the engine. Let's come down here and check out the gauge here, guys. Okay, she's coming up nicely. All right, we're going to see those RPMs pick up now. Then we'll be able to get the APU off. All right. Okay, guys, we are almost done. Now we have the engines are both confirmed, running and stable. You can see the APU EGT is bouncing back. So let's go ahead and get that APU off now. Actually, let's go ahead and turn the generator off first. APU generator's off. Now we're going to turn the APU off. All right, APU is spooling down, guys. Now what we have to do is come over here really quick, and we've got to get our missile profile going on here. So what we're going to be doing, guys, is some high-level attacks with a combination of missile attacks and gun pattern, or gun runs, I should say. But in order to do that, we have to kind of get some stuff here ready to go on the ground. Let's see, 350. I'll explain what I'm doing here in a second. I'm just trying to get us out of here. And we're going to select 20 for the range. We'll do this for waypoint 2. So essentially what I'm doing, we have to turn our lasing on for anything that uses lasers, like electronically laser guided bombs or our Mavericks, guys. So that's what we're doing. So we have to put this on location. I'm choosing for this to start up at a location, as well as I'm already going to turn the EO timer on for the laser. So I'm making sure that at least once we cross at least 20 miles out at a bearing of a northern bearing from waypoint 2, that the laser is going to become active, so I don't have to do a Bacazzato in the house, man. Big up. So that's why we have our laser on, guys. So that is all looking good there. Now another thing that we need to do now is go ahead and arm the laser here, as well as turn our TGP on, which is our targeting pod. And then of course our stats here, we don't really need to worry about this yet, because if we do anything here, it's essentially going to have to be redone in the air once we arm that weapon. So let's go ahead and continue to ensure the aircraft is done. Now this is information about the CDU, and this is essentially about the initializing of the navigation, but we want to see something different on this screen. But before we do that, we have to turn this EAC on down here, which that is now in the up position, and hit our takeoff trims. Takeoff trims are here. Alright, takeoff trims are squared away, guys. Now what we want to do is come to this side, and we want to put our CDU so that we're seeing the mirrored CDU up here, but we want to know information more about our steer point. Alright, come on, Track IR. It's giving me a hard time, man. Okay, so we will... Okay, let's get a little lower, Track IR. Okay, so for our steer point, we're going to click this right. Now we'll have information on our steer point, and of course we want to follow our flight plan. So we're going to click this over to the flight plan, and then anything here says page has to do with what's on this page. So now we have some other information here about our page, and this is showing initial position. This information is also going to mirror this information up here on the HUD, guys. Alright, so that is pretty much done. Let's go ahead and call for our taxi, and let's get the mission started. And each time we transition, I'll explain what we're doing, guys.
Atumi, Springfield, 1-1.
Let's go out and look at our lights. Okay, we got our flashing lights on. You can see all of our weapons. So, I'll try to explain what's what on the aircraft, but basically the middle three are bombs. Bacazzato, there's no way he'd be caught flying a fighter jet. Well, I got you guys right along. So let's do one more last check. Let's get our taxi lights on. Anti-skid is on. Now we must put our flaps to the takeoff position. Notice the flap lever is now down flap green, guys. And bada bing, bada boom, everything's on over here. We'll get every rest of that up in the air. And I believe we are good to go. We'll get our P-dotes on as soon as we request taxi and takeoff. Or takeoff, I should say. So I think we're looking good now, guys. We got everything on that we need to have on for now. And it is time to get going. Now, see this part right here? I'm going to select this to path, because I want us to hold an autopilot path for the pitch and also for our heading. So we're going to do path, and we're ready to go, guys. Taxi is complete. Pre-check, I should say. And last thing we need to do, notice in the up front panel, now it's going to say the steering is engaged, guys. Here we go. Let's back it off a little bit. I'm zoomed in a little bit further than I would like to, and I'll explain the mission. Geo said I'd fly the Huey in DCS before I touch a jet. Alright guys, just wanted to give you a little bit of an outside view. So today what we're doing, guys, is I have created this mission for training, and I've positioned some combat enemy force vehicles on a runway. And we're going to neutralize all those vehicles first using high-level bombing with the CBU 97s that we have on board, which you guys will see they are sweet. Then after that, we are going to go ahead and go into our AGMs, 65 Deltas and Hotels, which are missiles, air-to-ground missiles. Let's get our taxi here really quick, guys. And the reason why we're doing it this way, you always want to minimize your exposure.
Toomey, Springfield, 1-1, request takeoff.
Let's hold here until we get the approval.
1-1, Toomey, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.89.
Alright, altimeter 29er 89er. Let's get on our pitot, which is right here. Pitot heat is on, guys. And Bacasado says he'd rather fly the B-52. Let's get our landing lights on here, guys. Landing lights are on. Runway is clear. We'll do center runway since we're not doing any formation flying. Otherwise, we could definitely fly left or right of the center line, depending on where we would be in the formation. Alright, we are all lined up. All systems are a go. Runway clearance has been received. Takeoff power is being set. Takeoff power is set. At 50, we got to take the nose wheel steering disengaged. 60 knots, check. Little windy. 150 will be our rotation speed at this weight. 150 rotate. Coming off the deck, nice and smooth, no tail strike. Positive rate, gear is coming up. Flaps are coming up. Flaps are up and clean. And I have the objective of waypoint 1 in my heads up. We will go ahead and center ourselves and then get the autopilot on for our climb out. Autopilot is engaged. I'll hold the stick until we center on the autopilot. And we have our climb out, guys. Alright guys, no rest for the weary. we are airborne, and this is actually the time it is going to work. So let me just explain what we're doing. We're going to pull back on the speed. We got a speed of 216 indicated. We're climbing up to 10,000, and we have 8.3 nautical miles until we get to our first waypoint. Let's look at the tactical display here. We're going to go ahead and make this SOI, or sensor of interest. Now you see the green rectangular on it. Now I can zoom in and out on our flight plan. So let's go ahead and do that. So as you can see here, we are headed up to our waypoint 1, which is indicated by this yellow, and then we'll go to waypoint 2. Some of the waypoints on the mission overlap since we do return to the same base. So let's range that out. Now you can see waypoint 2, guys, is way up here. So we are on course, and we'll be getting our waypoint 2 soon. But now we need to go ahead and get our gun pack armed, and our master weapons is armed, and it's time to get our profile set up, guys. We can also, before we do that, let's monitor our distance. Okay, we got 4 nautical miles. We can also see the same mileage on this, guys. This is our analog HSI that goes in conjunction with the HUD. Now we're going to come over here, guys, and we want to put our targeting pod on. So we're going to click TGP, and we're going to go to air to ground, and we're going to let it center itself, and then I'll talk more about that here in a second. Let's see, range is 2.9 nautical miles, and forget, this autopilot doesn't work like a regular other autopilot in a commercial airliner. You actually have to switch it to the next heading once we get there. So we're going to wait till we do that, and then we'll get the rest of our weapon systems ready to go. We'll find some targets, and we'll talk about using mark points. Let's come back to our tactical display here. Alright, I'm going to manually take the autopilot off. There we go, it's our aircraft, our controls. And we're switching to waypoint 2, of course. We'll continue our climb. And you can see waypoint 2, we have achieved it. It is in the HUD. It's approximately 24 nautical miles away, which is good. Alright, we are balancing ourselves back out here, guys, and we're going to continue our climb. Let's pull back that speed because we're going about 250 indicated, which you can also see 250 indicated is right here. So let's bring that power back just a little bit, guys. It's time to go to work. First thing we need to do is come into our digital stores, guys, and we're going to get our bombs ready. You know what? Let's use these two bombs, the inner bombs, first on pylons 4 and 8, and let's get the profile set up. We're going to release them in pairs. We'll do nose-tail fueling of the warhead, and we'll do it in controlled release point, not impact point. We'll go change the settings, and a minimum altitude for our bomb to arm is 1,000. So we'll now save this profile and re-verify it. There it is again, but you always want to re-verify it. So we'll come back out here. We'll see it says pairs, nose-tail, CCRP right here. So it just did everything that we needed to do. Now it's time to select targets, guys. So out here on this wing here is our TGP. This is our targeting pod here. These are our AIM-9s for air defense, and the other inboard ones are our Mark 82s. Let me do something here. My mouse thingy's going crazy here. There we go. Okay, so we have this set up, but now we need to find some targets. So how do we do that? Well, you can see some bomb symbology here, but we're gonna actually we'll leave them on for now, but we'll leave this bomb symbology on here, but we're not going to be paying attention to all this just yet because this is bore sighted. We're going to find a target. So we need to go ahead and we're going to continue on this course for another 15 nautical miles, but we are actually going to come up here and select waypoint 3 because that's our target area. Let me see. Let me come here to the CDU, and this will tell me mission 1 initial. Okay, mission 3 should be our waypoint 3. Let me look at the mileage. 30, that's about right. Now what we're going to do, that we have waypoint 3 selected, which is approximately 39 nautical miles from here, we're going to come over here to our targeting pod, and I am going to slave all of my sensors, and make sure I'm pushing the right button here, to my waypoint 3. So now you're going to see the TGP has rotated. You can no longer see the lens because he's looking to the right. Now guys, we're going to select waypoint 3, and we're going to go identify some targets that we can store in the computer, which we're going to call those mark points, guys. So waypoint 3 is selected. We're at about 10,000 feet, which is good on our climb. Let's go ahead and make our right turn. You're going to see the TGP down there making some move, because we're going to use our bombs here for TGP bombing, or target pod bombing, meaning we're going to indicate all of the threats using our targeting pod, guys, and then we're going to engage those threats. Now normally, for our targeting purposes and our combat mission, we would go ahead and get approval from our AWACS and our JTAC, which is our Joint Tactical Command, giving us approval to designate these targets, which that's something else to talk about. But for now, all we're doing is selected targets, and hopefully that sun isn't going to be an issue either. Alright, I've got autopilot. Now it's time to go hunting, guys. Autopilot is engaged. Let me verify that, let's arm our, we didn't arm our ejection seat, so we just got it back armed. And, okay, autopilot's where I want it. Let's pull back on that power a little bit so we can not come in as aggressively. Now, here we are, guys. And let me fix that up. Let me just fix my mouse again. There we go. Okay, thank you for taking that bot out, guys. Alright, guys, now we're going to use this. So we need to make this, watch, we're going to put a green square around it. So now this is our sensor of interest, guys, and we're going to go hunting now. So essentially what we're doing is, let's zoom in on it. Okay, now we're about 197 meters from there. And we're going to zoom in and see what we can find here, guys. Okay, I've already started seeing vehicles. So we're moving this around, guys, and this is our first vehicle right here. You guys see that? It looks like that's a BMP. Let's lock that up. We're going to lock that up, and I'm going to make that our first target. Now, I just designated it as a, it should be our first mark point A. Let's also come here and lock this guy up. Okay, he's locked, and let's make this mark point B. Okay, let's undesignate him now, and I'll check you guys out here in the chat in a second. And here's another guy right here, so let's designate him as well, so that we have 3 targets here already. Let's lock him up. There, he's locked. He's designated. Okay, so what we're doing now, guys, is we're making mark points. So we're identifying targets already, so it'll make it easy for us on our runs. Let's look at more targets of opportunity. We'll leave him. He's kind of in the middle. Let's see what other vehicles we have here. We've got this guy here on the field as well. Let's go ahead and designate him. Get all up in his Kool-Aid. And we'll make him a mark point. Alright, at that point, we have several mark plates. Ejects the seat, cuz, he says. And we are 24 miles from the target, so we're good. Now, one thing that we're going to do is we need to take a look and see what our bombing strategy is going to be. So I'm going to designate this. We got about 4 mark points now, so that we can look at our mark points correctly. Let's see. Come on, Track IR. Don't fail me now, man. Okay, there we go. So we need to change this. It says flight plan. We're going to switch this over to mark points. And yeah, So now we'll be looking at our mark points up here, and as you can see, we have mark point A. We're going to switch it to B because I want to attack B first. So now there's mark point B, and I can go ahead and designate all sensors. There we go. All sensors are now focused on B, and we're going to make our attack. Basically, we're on a base. I want to make the attack over the runway so we can have max effect on our target area, guys. So now we are ready for our first bomb run, and on this first run, I picked a vehicle, hopefully where the impact area will get more than just one vehicle. Alright, so all sensors are slave to that currently, but I want to back it out. If we want to see this on the camera, we'll be able to do so, and I'll also put it on the bomb method. So we'll get a little bit of a wider view, and let's make the HUD SOE again, and let's get ready for our bomb run. So I need to see how these airports are running. Here we go. We got a MiG-29 over there. Let's see if we have any visual of him. Alright, let's not be sitting ducks here, guys. Autopilot's coming off. Let's roll. It's time to have some fun, guys. Now that we've designated some targets. Again, essentially, I want to come in to the airfield over it. We're going to drop a little bit of altitude because the lower we are, a little bit more chance, but we still want to stay out of the danger area. Trying to get a good visual of our target area over there. She's definitely rolling there. Alright, guys. Let's slow that speed down. And we are 12 miles out. Let's go ahead and start our turn so that we can get a good sight on the airfield. Alright, guys, we are making our first bomb run here. We're going to keep it. Right now we're at 9,200. We're currently at about 210 knots. We're on our first bomb run. We've already got our CBU set up. So you can see our target pippers coming in line now, guys. That is over our target. Now our first run, we will go ahead and do it over this way, and we'll see how much effect our bomb has. Okay, we're dropping down almost to right where I want. Let's go ahead and center the nose now, guys, and get right over our target. And time the target, guys. Range is about 7 miles, guys. Alright, I have my safety. I just took it off my controller. Range to target, 6 miles, guys. Speed is looking good. We're pretty much almost level flight. We picked up a little bit of altitude, but that's no worries. Range to target, 4.6 miles, guys. Once we release the weapon, I'll put the aircraft into the autopilot, and we'll watch the effect of the bombs, guys. 3.4 miles till our drop, guys. We're reeling it in. The thing about this, everybody thinks fighter jets, you're always all over the place. And this is really kind of not a fighter jet. This is more air to ground. Okay, we got our indicator coming down. Bombs away, bombs away, bombs away. Autopilot is being engaged. Alright guys, let's go ahead and look at the weapon. Here is the weapon. It is away. You're going to see it deploy. Okay, now it is deploying the rocklet, the little rockets that are going to come down that you're going to see from the bomb. Okay, so we're a little bit off due to the winds, but it's going to be a massive explosion. It still may get one vehicle. I think we might still be close enough for serious mayhem. Okay, we destroyed the vehicle, guys. Good hit, good hit, good hit. Good hit, good hit, good hit. Alright guys, that was totally a good hit. We have one vehicle destroyed and confirmed. Let's get ready for our second bomb run. Speed looks good, and we'll go in for another one, guys. Sorry if that was super loud on your ears. It gets super, super loud. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that first bomb. Let's get our second bombs up. Let's make sure the profiles look good. Back into the profile page, guys. We want to go ahead and do pairs again since we dropped both of them. CCRP for release point. And let's get that 1,000 feet again. Minimum altitude is 1,000. We're going to save those settings. And back on to our profile. CCRP, pairs, nose, tail. Let's get ready for the next bomb run. We did destroy one vehicle. We got to watch out. We got a MiG-29 off there. So we got to watch that MiG-29. Let's go now back to a different mark point. Let us select mark point C. And we'll go in for a bomb run on C. Or maybe we'll check D. Yeah, let's check mark point C. What did we do last time? B? Yeah, let's do D. Alright guys, so let me slave all sensors to there. Let's watch. You're going to watch the TGP move. Alright guys, let me make sure I got it. And didn't know you have freaking nuclear bomb causing continuous explosion. Oh yeah, that's that CBU-97 that I put on board. That is a nasty, nasty bit of armament there. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take the autopilot off. Let's confirm we have our coordinates in for our next bombing run, which we do. We are headed to our mark point Delta. Delta is 9.8 miles away. Alright guys, so we're coming around. We're going to try to keep 8,000 on the altitude, and we're going to come around for another bombing run, guys. Okay, a little bit more of a turn. And don't forget, towards the end, we're going to do more high risk. We're going to do some gun runs. So right now, again, you want to minimize your risk and exposure. So by doing that, we're going to do high bombs first. Then we're going to come in and do some rocket attacks here next, guys. And then after we deplete our rocket stores, or Mavericks, air-to-ground missiles, basically they're called Mavericks. They're not necessarily called rockets. Rockets would be what's in the rocket pods. After we do that, guys, we're gonna use our gun, and we're gonna go in for some gun runs and try to cause as much mayhem as possible without getting hit, because these guys do shoot back. These guys do shoot back. We're just doing this high-level stuff, so we're out of their gun range, basically. Alright guys, time to target is 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and we're 8 miles from there, guys. You can see, if you guys look in this down here, you can see the damage. It's still smoking down there, guys. There's a radar that I should take out down there too. We'll take that out with the guns. Alright guys, so we're still at 8,000. We have our next target in place. We already have our CBUs. Let's see if we can get another good hit here, guys. Our speed is good. Nothing too aggressive. Again, I'm hand flying all this. 1 minute and 32 seconds. Time to target. Alright, guys. 4 miles to target. Just trying to fly as smooth as possible for a drop. The better I fly, the better possible impact that we have, guys. Under a minute for time to impact, guys. Under a minute for bomb release. 52 seconds to go. Again, keeping that line straight isn't the easiest, as well as controlling the aircraft, so this is something you really got to practice. 40 seconds, guys. Here comes the Pipper. Okay, we were able to release one. The second one didn't release, but that's okay. Let's get it on autopilot. Let's make sure autopilot is stable so we can come back to a flying aircraft. It is. Alright, we're on the next bomb, guys. Only one release, but that's okay. And we may be off. Okay, maybe not. It's kind of in the same area, so I see one more vehicle down there, which I think we might be successful at hitting. He's right here, so if we can get him, we kind of went right over the same spot. So let's see what we get here, guys. So we just missed him. We do have one more bomb. Let's designate, let's see. Let's go for A. Okay, let's go. Let's get our run right back again. We still have our bomb. So we can just do another turn, guys. Autopilot's off. All right, we're going to get more aggressive now, guys. Airspeed's looking good. We have plenty of fuel. We still have 7,000 something pounds of fuel. Yes, that was a little violent. Alright, guys, we're coming back around. We got one more bomb to drop. Then we're going to be shooting missiles, guys. Then we're going to be shooting some missiles. There's the field over there, and you can see we have caused plenty of damage there. Okay, we're getting our Pipper into display as I come around. Airspeed's looking good. Time to target is 1 minute and 20 seconds. Alright, we dropped on speed a little bit. Oh, yeah, Nightbot. Treat my guest nice, Nightbot. Alright, guys, here we go. Still flying level. Time to target is very soon, guys. We did a much quicker turn on this one. Now this mark point A, I think, I'm not sure if we got a tank or if it's on the field or not. Okay, we passed over it. Let's come back out a little bit. We actually passed over it. So we'll come back to it. Let's get Let's get about at least 5 DME from it. Then we'll turn around. Right now we're 2 DME. I think that turn was too tight. We were too aggressive. And I still need to drop a little altitude here. Alright, let's pull back that speed. Where are we at on fuel? 11,600. I don't see any bogeys. We don't hear anything, so we're good to go, guys. Because I did put some MIGs in here for just to make sure that we're not just flying around endlessly. Okay, we're about 5-6 DME, guys. Let's do a really tight turn right back to a heading of about 160 or 170. That looks like. Let's go, guys. We're gonna start doing a little bit tighter turn here. We got to do a tight turn really quick because last time we turned too slow. So we're conducting a little high-speed turn here, guys. Nothing to knock us out, of course, but a little higher speed G turn so we can get on the target here. Okay, there's the field right there. You see in the bottom left? All right, target is right in front of us, guys. Okay, less than a minute, time to target. Let me get my flying together here. There we go. Nice and level. We're a little higher than I'd like, but this is what I'm going to keep for now. Since I have target 44 seconds, I got to keep this close for that pipper. Come on, dance over. There you go, baby. Speed is good. Bombs away, bombs away. I'm not too confident on that one. I wasn't actually that stable as I wanted to be, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the munition. Let me check on speed. We're good. Okay. Let's check the munition now, guys. Yeah, we're kind of getting it in the same spot, guys. So anyway, hopefully this guy gets taken out. There's the target that we're looking for. Is that BMP there? I think this is hopefully going to be close enough to get him. Alright, well, it looked like he got creamed, but don't worry about it now, guys. Look, we no longer have any bombs. Playtime is over, guys. Playtime is over. Let's go ahead and arm our missiles. Now we're about to get down and dirty. Alright, we're going to do CCRP missile setting. We're going to change this to 100, guys. 100. Minimum altitude there for that to arm. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go back to our stats page. CCRP Maverick AGMD. Boom. Alright, guys. Let us go to mark point. Let's see. Z. Let's try C again and see what we get. Now we're shooting missiles, guys. Now we're shooting missiles. So now we also have to bring up our Maverick page here. And we're going to change this to 2 on the slew. And you'll see why here in a second. Alright, you can see the Maverick screen is moving. I just designated it to the target area. And it's just reached gimbal limits. Let's go and get some... let's go get these enemies, guys. Autopilot's off. Now the combat runs are going to be more risky because I'm losing altitude here. Good shots with my Mavericks. Both 65 Deltas and Hotels are about 7,000 feet for me. Slow us down because we're still pretty close to the target. So once we turn around, we're already going to be in range. What you guys didn't see what I just did, I just designated my Maverick screen as the center of interest. Alright, about 45 degrees to turn now. Speed is right at 200, and we're going in for a missile attack, guys. That's right, Bacazado, man. We ain't playing no games, man. Okay, so after our missile attacks, then we're going to go for a gun run. Alright, she's coming around to our designated target. Alright, guys. We are already in range. So what we're going to do now, let me put it on autopilot. Autopilot is stable. Let's get on it. Here's our target right here. Range to target is 7.5, guys. We're getting ready to take them out. Let's go ahead and see if we can lock it up. That's one target locked up. Okay, we got one here. Let's just lock up on... That's not the one we want. Lock up, baby. Come on. Recognize it. Okay, there's another vehicle on here. Let's recognize this one. Come on. Give me something we can shoot here, folks. Man, she's not locking up on anything. Let's see why she did not lock up. She tried to lock right at the beginning, but I didn't have a warm fuzzy. Let's see. CCRP map. Oh, you know what it is, guys? It's our altitude. It is our altitude. Let's make another run, guys. It was our altitude. Remember I told you I didn't pay attention to that. So, back up top here. Let's slave it back to mark point C. And we're just actually now passing over the field, so let's get past the field and come back around. The problem, guys, I was too high. Remember, we're going to be going lower, so let me just get lower now. We're passing over the field right now, actually, guys, so... And you can see that's an actual vehicle there that we're trying to take out that is still very usable. So, and we right on top of him, so we marked him pretty good. Let's get about 8 DME from the target, and then we'll start turning around, and then we'll do our run. Let's drop our altitude now, guys. Alright, we're about 7,004 miles DME. .2. We're at 7,300. How are we doing on our fuel stores? Fuel, we're still looking really nice. Had this been an F-16 or F-18, we'd been out of business a while, but they have different missions, though, so... Which I have the F-18 and F-16, which I'll be flying for you guys. I got to do a lot more training on them, though. We're at about 60 in me now, guys, but I like to be around 8 or 9. We're at 7,000 feet. Now we'll have a better chance at a strike, because we're not so high. Remember, the lower we get, more exposure that we have, guys. Okay, we're at 8 DME. Let's do a nice tight turn here. All right, we've definitely dropped some altitude. There's the field right in front of us. Pull back on that speed. There's our target designation. We got to be a little bit more careful now about our altitude. We can get shot at this altitude, guys.
Warning, autopilot.
Oh, she didn't like that. Let's see, what's my speed? Going a little bit too slow to maintain autopilot. Let's speed it up. Alright, guys. There we are again. Hopefully this lower altitude will give us what we need, guys. Let's designate this. And let's see if we can lock it up. The only other thing I can think, we would need to time out our EEO. Alright. Let's see something here. Very strange, we're not getting a lock on anything. Well, something is definitely off here. Why aren't we able to lock it up is my question. Let's go to our missile here. Let's go DSMS. Let's get rid of those and go to these. Profile. CCRP. Settings. Let's try this other one. And let's save that. Let's also go back to... Mouse is acting funny. Come on, man. It's gotta fix my dumb mouse. It does this every now and then. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, bada bing, bada boom. Stat. CCRP. Let's go back into the profile one more time here and just double check it. Stayed on single. Okay, that was good to go. And now let's go into our missile. Missile control, EEO time. EEO is on. Laser is armed, so Mouse is acting up. I actually have had this controller for a while, this Logitech / Saitek, and it is it's got a mouse piece on here. I don't know how to disable it. There we go. It acts funny sometimes. Alright, back to Maverick. And B. Alright. Let's get another turn going here, guys. If it doesn't work this time, we are going to go in for gun runs. We got master arm. We're at a good altitude. Should be coming around now on the field. There's the field right there, guys. Slow it down. Okay, right at about 7,000. All right, let's make this. Now we're using a different one, so hopefully we get something locked here. Okay, this one looks like she wants to lock up a little bit better. Okay, we had that locked. I messed that up. Come on. I had something locked up and I messed it up. I unlocked it on accident. There's some other vehicles over here. And she's just having a hard time at this altitude as well. But I did have it locked up, so it's working. Let's go in for a gun run too. And we'll come back around. Let's go cause some havoc. You guys want to do that? I'm down. Alright, guys. Alright, tested that weapon there. Let's switch up to this to guns. Alright, guns. Okay, I got my reticle changed there. And here we go, guys. Let's go for this gun run. Let's cause some havoc. Definitely do not try this at home, for sure. We're going to do a low-level gun run, guys. Now, we can get hit. These people do shoot back, so we've been doing the safer thing now. We're going in for the grimy thing. What I'm doing now is I'm reducing altitude here so we can come in nice and low. As you can see, there's the field there. Down we go, guys. Do not try this at home, guys. Or do. You guys can try it, man. Nice tight turn, guys, for this run. We have our gun reticle there. We're at about 3,000 feet. Back on the speed now. There's a vehicle at the edge of the runway, guys.
Pull up, pull up.
All right, we damaged it. We got one hit. Watch out. We can't get hit though. You can see that. You can see them shooting at us. You can see the green tracers. Hopefully we don't get hit. We got one damage, guys. That was a good gun run. There's some helicopters down there we can take out. You can see the tracers. Woo! Those green tracers, guys. No hit yet though. Let's go back for another run. So we were able to get that end vehicle taken out. We'll do one more gun run. Let's look at our fuel. 6,000 pounds, we're good. And let's see who we can take out over here. We're 2 miles from the objective. Nice tight turn. Let's do this nice tight turn. Okay, we're coming back in, guys. Let's get an eye on the objective. Okay, right at 3,000 is what we're trying to stay on our run. Less than 45 degrees, and we'll have the objective in sight again. There it is. Okay, here we guys. Gun run number 2, and then we're still going to try to lock it up. We'll still try to do some Maverick hits. We haven't quite given up on the Maverick hit yet, guys. As long as we don't get damaged, of course. It's like there's a vehicle at the end. Where's those helicopters out? Yep, we just destroyed a vehicle, guys. Oh, they're shooting at us though. Oh, it's this guy right here. Woo! He's right in front of our face. We just got hit. I heard it. But we got that one guy destroyed. Which is a woo, 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 woo. Let's rock her. Let's rock her. They are shooting back, guys. We took one hit. I'm going to have to make sure all my systems are good to go. Let's see. Gas is good. I heard a ding, so we took a hit somewhere. Which was nasty, but we did get a good gun run. We did destroy a vehicle. And, yeah, I'm trying Bakasato to bring her home in one piece. That was a good run. She seems to be flying okay. Let's go down on the power. Remember, these aircraft were designed to get beat up. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and go for our Mavericks again. Let me switch it over to our Maverick designation. Okay, let's get some altitude. Alright, guys. Let's try this Maverick run again. So that one, guys, man, I mean, to really go in for a gun run, that's the highest risk. And you see we had a success, but it comes with definite danger, guys. So from an Army guy to all my Air Force guys, man, big ups for when you guys come save us, man. Big ups to you guys. But we did have some successful hits so far, guys, so the mission is a success. Let's get these Mavericks together, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Target 5 miles. Baco Slada says they can take a beat, but these ain't no tank. Oh, we might be too close for this shot. Let's see if we can get a lock. We're going to get a lock on anything we can get our hands on. All right, guys, we got a lock. Here we go. Missiles away. Missiles away. See, time to impact is 42 seconds, guys. Let's go autopilot. Boom! We got it. Bam! We got it, guys. BTR has been destroyed. I told you we were going to get a hit. Look at it. It is smoked up on fire, dude. We just switched it over. Booyah! Got it, guys. Let's go for another run, homies. I like that a lot. Let's go look for another target, guys. We're causing serious mayhem here today, guys. All right, let's get away from the target. Let's check our fuel, 6,200. All right, guys. I like our altitude here. So guys, this target practice is going good. But just know there's still a whole lot more stuff to do in here, especially when you're working with the JTAC and AWACS and other pilots that fly in your sortie. So this is just merely me zeroing and get this aircraft dialed in, so when I use it again, because I used to know it really well, so I'm refamiliarizing myself with it, so that when I use it again, I'm able to do some massive damage. Bakazato says, nice job, Dre. I appreciate you, Bakazato. Big up. Let's go ahead and let's go for another run, man. Let me get a little further out, because I feel like we took that shot when we were a little bit closer than we needed to be.
Warning, autopilot.
I didn't realize the autopilot was on. No wonder she was acting funny. There we go. I must have hit the autopilot button on accident. So now it's funny. The right side is actually heavier, so she wants to go to the right. So I'm gonna have to try to trim her out. So we'll get a little lower and try our other missiles. So let's turn it around, guys. Pull back on that speed. So we got 10 nautical miles on this time, so we should be able to get a nice target designation. And there we go. Now let's drop some altitude. Okay, we've got range to target. 8 miles. Let's get her on autopilot, guys. Stepping it up for autopilot level. Alright, guys. I got her in autopilot mode. Let us try to lock something up here. There's our last destructive mayhem. Well, let's go. Okay, we got a lock, guys. We should be able to watch this show and missiles away. There we go. All right, guys, let's see what happens here. She locked onto something. Let's see if we get a good hit, guys. It looks good. And bye-ya! Woo, 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 woo. Nobody is messing with us today, man. We have literally destroyed another vehicle, guys. That's why you don't give up, man. Autopilot off. Aircraft's mine. Alright, guys. She is really pulling to the other side, so I'm literally going to have to... we're going to have to get rid of some missiles on the right side. Let's get her back up to 7,000. Let's get her on autopilot. Let me get the other missiles ready again. Autopilot is engaged. Let's reduce that speed a little bit.
Warning, autopilot.
Yeah, and you see that? We are so lopsided. I don't know if autopilot will hold us. Let me slow it down a little bit. Okay, we'll see if autopilot holds while we take care of this, guys. Let's go DSMS. We got to get rid of these guys over here. I don't care, even if it doesn't lock up on something, we're getting rid of it. Because it's causing my aircraft to head off to the left, I mean to the right. And I can't have that. So even if we got to jettison them, we will. Let's see, change setting. Let's clear this out. There's my clear button. There we go. 1, 0, 0 on the scratch pad. Bada bing, bada boom. And we can save those. We're here with the save button. Check back on the stats, and we got good Maverick right there. We got 3 on that rail, so we need to at least get rid of 2 because my plane is lopsided now, guys. So let's come back up here and let's
Warning, autopilot.
slave everything back to those sensors. We got range to target is 6 miles, so let's push it out a little bit. And we're going to go for another one. That's right, Bacazzato. Another one bites the dust, man. This really comes in handy for our ground troops when they give us coordinates, which I can put coordinates in here, latitude and longitude. Or I can go and I can look and visually look at them and do mark points like we did today, how we designated those targets. I think we designated like 4, A, B, and C, and D on the way in. So you guys watched that earlier. We did designate those targets, but now I'm just looking for targets of opportunity. We've had a successful gun run, so we'll do a couple more passes and then we're going to bring it back to the base, guys, because we're not bingo on fuel, but we're getting low. So let's come on, turn back around, guys. I'm going to let it pitch down just a little bit. Slow the speed down. We got 11 miles to the target, so that's good. Alright, guys, so far we've had only a couple of misses or a couple of passes. 1 bomb miss. That's it. And a couple of passes we weren't able to lock our Mavericks up, but as you can see on that last run, we were successful. At this point, I am going to try to lock something up, but honestly, I just need to get rid of these missiles. So if we don't get a target impact on this one, I won't be so worried about that. Alright, guys, I'm bringing the field back into play. 9 nautical miles should be more than enough. Let's drop a little bit of altitude here as we continue our turn to get the target fully in sight, which it is now is. There is our target designation in the HUD there, which I've designated that, and we're just reducing power and a little bit of speed. So I want to drop a little bit of altitude. I might even hand fly it. Let's see. We should be good about right here for autopilot. Hi, sweetheart. Autopilot is kind of hurting. All right. I don't know what that is. That must have been a radar. Alright, let's just get rid of it, guys. Alright. Missile away. I don't know what that is. It must be a radar of some sort. Let's go ahead and check that out. Let's make sure our speed is good. It must be a radar of some sort. I just need to get rid of the missile. Then we're going to get back to base. I think it's the radar. Hiya! Alright. So that must have been a house of some sort. Let's see how the aircraft is flying now that we got rid of that 1 missile. Oh yeah, she's flying much better, guys. All right, let's designate. Let's get back. We got more missiles to get rid of, at least one more. And we'll RTB with like one missile on each rack, which is fine with me. And maybe we'll do another gun run on the way out, guys. You can see left screen moving. I just redesignated. I love it. We've just been watching this guy smoke forever down in that screen. So what we're gonna do this in one run, guys. I'm gonna get far enough out to designate a missile, and then we'll launch that missile and we'll follow it with a gun run. We'll switch to guns. We'll do a gun run. And we'll double check our ammo. Just double check that now. Let's see, ammo. We've got 780 rounds still, so we got a lot of ammo we can still get rid of, guys. We're about 4 miles out. Here in a second, I'm going to go ahead and flip us back around, and we'll engage the next target. Alright, we're getting ready to flip around, guys, and get it done. Let's see how we're doing our fuel. 5,400 pounds, we're cool. So once we get back to the base, guys, we will do a debrief and call it good. Okay, we're at 10 nautical miles. We need to turn back to a heading of basically 330. Let's initiate that now. We're going to make this turn and then we're going to designate again, okay? So let's finish our turn here, guys, and then we'll redesignate. We're at an altitude of 98. Let's drop. I'm going to have to multitask and designate so we can do this in one nice little run. I'm back on that power. We're reducing some speed and altitude, guys. That target's right in front of us now. All right, let's go nose up now. We're about 7,000, and let's nose down a little bit. We're not even really in range. Let's bring it down a little bit. Bleed some of that altitude. Okay, I like it right about there. All right, let's go down and designate. There we go. We got a little bit better of a view this time for a lockup. Come on, baby. Give me somebody I can lock up. She's not cooperating. Man, she is really a pain in the butt to try to get a lock on something. Alright, well, we're getting rid of it, so missiles away on whatever that may be. Now let's proceed to do our gun run, guys. As promised, switching over to guns. There's our reticle, and autopilot's off. I'm looking for those helicopters I wanted to destroy, which I think they're right over here.
Pull up, pull up.
Oh, I didn't get them. They sure are trying to shoot, though.
Altitude, altitude.
Let's keep it low. Yeah, Eagle 1, Fox 1. There you go, Captain Geo. Fox 1 is for aerial, and I believe Eagle is for ground. That is the right terminology, Bumbaclot. Let's go back in for another gun run, guys. Nice and low. Nice and low. Let's keep it low, guys. I don't want to mess around too close to the ground. All right, speed's down. We're going to go in for another gun run, guys.
Pull up, pull up.
Woo! Alright, guys, I got hit. I'm out of ammo, but we damaged him. We gave him 40% damage, and we just got hit. We just got hit, so I don't know what system that is, but let's get out of here, guys. That's it. Again, that's at high risk. Fuel's looking good. Both. Oh, one engine's rolling back, guys. We're only on one engine right now. So, I'm going to have... Let me see. Is the left on fire? It's not on fire, but it's rolling back, guys. So we are literally on one engine. So we are engine down. We have been hit. We have been hit. Let me get the aircraft stable. Okay. The left is out, so I'm going to turn it off. Alt. Alright, I have rolled back engine number 1 altogether. We will be landing on one engine, guys. What's our altitude? 3,000? We'll be okay. Okay, we're going to have to do autopilot if it will hold it. We're going to have to jettison all our stores. Okay, so we're going to go right over here. DMS. Jettison. Let's see. We are going to get rid of everything. Let's see here. So, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. And we're going to get rid of this. And we're going to get rid of this, guys. We're going to take it off safe. Nose arm. All right, armed. Let's see. Nose, tail, safe. Okay, they're armed. Let me check the jettison rack. There we go. Come on, man. Missile. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. And let's get rid of this guy. Okay, let's come back over here. And let's see, inventory, da-da-da. We don't need that. We need to jettison. That's what we need to do. Alright guys, what's our altitude here? Now, we're off of autopilot. I'm going to do a few things different here. So, we're going to come back here, and we're still going to make it back to base, guys. We need to come down here. Come on, CDU. Come on, Track IR. Alright. So we're still doing good on speed. I just can't get my track IR to work right now, but we will. Here we go, guys. We're not dead in the water yet. Let me see if my track IR will help me out here. I just need to look down at the CDU, Mr. Track IR. Okay, there we go. So I got it back on. What we needed was the flight plan, because I need to get us home, man. All right, boom, boom, boom. 6. Okay, here we go. So, guys, we're still going to get home now. So we are on one engine only, and we got about 61 miles to get where we need to go. But we have plenty of fuel, and she's stable enough to bring her in. We're just not as combat effective. And I got to go back in and look at the systems, how to jettison that. There's something that I'm missing, obviously. So as I stated to you guys before, man, you know, Bakazada says, oh boy, we lost an engine. We sure did. But, again, these things are tough as nails. We didn't have an engine fire, so it's rolled back, so we're okay. So let's bring her back into the barn, guys, for landing and debrief, and go from there. Good thing is, we are able to bring her back in, guys. We did successfully damage and destroy quite a bit of vehicles here. And then we managed to get ourselves damaged after being greedy and trying to do some bomb runs, but that's okay. So far, none of our other systems seem to be that bad, but they did get us in the left engine, guys, so RIP to that GE engine. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get this waypoint in there, and then we'll get the aircraft ready to arrive on the ILS. There's our waypoint straight ahead, guys. Autopilot has been engaged. Let's hold the stick. Stick to rudder. And she's swaying a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, perfect, guys. So she's going to maintain that. I have plenty of fuel to burn one engine, which I'm saying thank you to that engine. Speed is picking up, so that's good. I'm not going to be crying about speed. Alright, guys. So we are going to be getting ourselves back in. So let's get ourselves orientated. Here's the tactical display, of course. And you can see, if anything, we are on a super long, almost a base turn, if you will. So if you come in here, you can see the airport is here. We're going to come straight here, which now we're headed to waypoint 6. We'll get there at about 1,500 feet or so, 2,000. Then we'll do our left. We'll get the ILS going right now, guys. So here's what you got to do. First of all, let's get all of our weapons off. So let's come back to the DSMS and make sure there's nothing designated. Let's turn our master arm off and our gun pack off. We can turn our TGP off and our laser can come off, guys. Now we can come back here to the TAD. Let's come over here now. We got some important work to do on the CDU. Now you see right now, this is just simply waypoint information, but we need to get back to our airport so that we can start putting in the ILS information, guys. So what we're going to do is come up to the upfront controller right here, function 2. Now you see we have different options over here. We want to go to divert, and we're coming back to Batumi. Batumi, the ILS, we're landing on its runway 13, and it's going to be 110.3 for the ILS. So again, track IR life here. Let's see if she can there we go, old girl. Here's the ILS here. So we said 110.3. Okay, 110.3. Now we have to turn the ILS on with the right click. 110.3 is in there, guys, and the ILS is now on. And 110.3, guys. Now we have to come back here to our symbology, and runway 13 is essentially 130 degrees. So let's set this to 130 degrees, guys, on the course heading. 130 degrees there. Now, guys, we're on steer point, but I need to put it on ILS. So once we get closer to where we need to be, then I'm going to activate the ILS, and this will come alive so that we can get some lateral navigation in there. And in the meantime, guys, let's look at our systems. And you can see the fan is turning, but that's because we don't have that engine right now, guys. And we're maintaining altitude, and let's see if we're off course. Bada bing, bada boom, we're looking good. Okay, we're looking good. It's right where we want it to be. So we're heading straight there for a very short left and then the landing. Now we have to talk to our ATC. So let's get Batumi on the horn. And we'll let them know we're inbound.
Springfield 1-1, inbound. Springfield 1-1, Batumi, fly heading 220, forward 5, QFE 29.89, runway 13, to pattern altitude.
Okay, so he said fly heading 220 for 49, but we're already pretty much there. Heading 220 would be right here. And we're at about heading, you know, let's say 215, so we're good to go. We're just basing it off of there. So we do have our initial approach instructions to the field, guys. Now let us get our lights back on. This accidentally got turned on. That was an accident. But we can get our lights back on for landing. Let's get our anti-collision. Okay, which is back on, and get our position. Thought I had turned these off, so I don't know if I turned them back on. And yeah, guys, everything else is looking good here. go for a flyby here. Let's see if we can inspect for damage. Those are some C-130s that I had in the air with us. For refueling, let's see if we can see any visual damage on this thing, guys. Okay, I see bullet holes. Look at that engine, guys. They tore that thing up. Wow, look at that, guys. That is scary that we're still flying with that damage right there. You guys see that? Woohoo! Lucky to be alive, homies. Lucky to be alive, homies. All right, guys, we got 33 miles to go. That's going to happen very quickly, and then we're going to set her down on runway 13 and taxi her in and shut her down, guys, and we will be doing a debrief. We will look at some of the hits that we got, and I'm going to save the track. What I'm planning to do is continue to save some of my DCS tracks, and then I'll make like a short YouTube video of highlights from some of it. This doesn't quite replay like it would in X-Plane or something. You can, but you kind of got to replay the whole track first in order to do it. Captain Geo says, shitty, shitty, bang, bang, that engine. I know, right, Geo, man? So anyway, guys, this is a little bit of a different stream for me because, you know, we're used to having music and more commentary between you guys. So that's the only thing I miss between doing American Truck Simulator and X-Plane is the fact that we're missing that commentary. But as you can see, there's a whole lot more stuff going on here in this aircraft. And as we approach about 15 nautical miles, we'll start our initial descent into the Batumi area for preparation and landing. And you can actually see that is the field over there, guys. That is totally the field off to the left. Let me see if I can zoom in for you good folks. Oh, I don't know what I just did. I think I just let's see. There we go. Whew, I thought I had done something else. I see the master caution. Okay, I think we're good there. Long as we don't lose that engine, we've done too much work. I was trying to zoom in for you guys. Let's try that again. Okay, there's the actual field that we're going to right there. That's Batumi right there, guys. Now that I'm not trying to kill us. So now we can pretty much do a visual for that. And we can also use the ILS. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead and prepare for landing. She's very squirrely. She's definitely not as stable as she was. And actually, I don't think that was the field, so it's a good thing I didn't start my full approach. That is not Batumi. Batumi, we're still a little ways out. So we still got about 20 miles to get there, guys. So let's get that autopilot back on. And honestly, for emergency purposes, 21 miles until we get to our field. Woo, that's cold for you, Gio. My man said it's 46 degrees out there. So because we're in a bit of an emergency, guys, we are simply going to forego the whole protocol. And as we get on approach, they should clear us for landing. Bless you. Bless you. Alright, we're still good on speed here, guys. Don't worry, we're going to get her in here. One thing we can't do is fail now. I'm not quite sure we're going to do full flaps, though. We may only do maybe like one stage of flaps on this thing. Let's go ahead and get our landing lights on. $17 miles, guys. Keep that nose down, and realistically, we don't want to have to do any unnecessary climb because we only have the one engine. So that means we don't want to descend too low and then have to reclimb ourselves again. Okay, so there's the runway there, so we need to go ahead, and now that we have a visual on it, we can start our descent. $11 nautical miles, guys. Here we go. Really not looking forward to this landing, but we got to get her done. We are going to get her in, guys. Just keeping that speed slow. Okay, you can look here and you guys can see the ILS has came active. So we're going to kind of start turning so that we can intercept the ILS. About a speed of 180. I have a visual of the runway now, so that's good. Keep it about 3,000 here. Landing speed is about 150. I'll just have to double check to make sure that our resistance is not going to impact us just having one engine. So what I'm also doing, I'm keeping a little bit of altitude, guys, so that when it comes time to touch down, I can use some of the gravity to help me keep enough forward speed with one engine and that resistance. Alright guys, good visual of the runway. Start making our left turn. Landing gear is coming down.
Springfield 1-1. Cleared for visual. Contact tower.
Flaps are coming down. Alright, they want us to contact tower.
To me. Springfield 1-1. Request landing. Springfield 1-1. To me. Cleared to land. Runway 13.
Alright, we've been cleared.
40 at 2 meters per second.
We have been cleared, guys. Let's go another stage, flaps down. She's handling pretty well, guys. This aircraft, you do land with a little bit of spoilers, and they are now up. Gear is down and confirmed. You can see on that wing, no spoilers are up. Alright, guys. Touchdown speed needs to be at about 150. Hey, give me 1 second, guys. I'm landing. Alright, guys. This is where we make all the money. Little low on
Altitude, altitude.
Little low on the speed, but that's okay. Definitely not for the faint of heart. She still wants to pull, so hopefully we can get this in, guys. Start our flare. Alright, nice touchdown, guys. Nice touchdown. Very nice touchdown. Textbook almost. Nose wheel steering is engaged. Nose wheel steering is engaged, guys. And that was a pretty nice touchdown, guys. On one engine, I'll take it. Wheel brakes are coming on. So hopefully that system wasn't damaged. We're kind of squirrely. Wheel brakes are on hard. Woo! We made it, guys. Let's get those spoilers down. You can see the spoilers going down.
Taxi to parking area.
Spoilers are down. And we made it, guys. Gotta make sure it's butter. Might break it from the hard landing, right? Nope. That was a very nice landing, guys. Might I say so myself. That's right. Thank you, Bakazato. Alright, guys. Let's go down here and prepare to shut this bad boy down, man. We did a great job on this target practice, guys. I really appreciate you guys all hanging out with me, man. Let's get the, we can get the canopy open now. Alright, guys, so let's continue to go in. Let's go ahead and start shutting some systems down. 2 clicks off, off, off. Just getting systems turned off that we don't need. Gonna park her right over here where we originally took off. Get all that madness off. And this is pretty much where we got her from right here, guys. We'll make her turn right here. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and go for shutdown. Parking brake off. Lights off. And boom, boom, boom. And most of our systems are off that we need. Let's get our lights off, of course, because we don't want this to run for electrics. And let's go for shutdown. Okay, engines are shutting down. Boom, 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 off. This was all off. Da 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 da. Don't worry about that. You can hear that inverter still working. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Let's get that to the off position and unarm this ejection seat. Now that we made it here, guys, let's get our radios off, off, and let's shut the rest of the aircraft down. Let's see. These can all come off. Boom, 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 boom. And inverter off, battery power off. Welcome back to Batumi in One Piece, guys. And we did make it, guys. It looks like, let's look at the damage. Look at that. They got us, so they must have got us from the rear because it's all on the left side. It must have been, you know what it was, guys? It was when we dipped. We dipped and made that that left turn. They rat-a-tat-tatted us all on the left side. See that? She blew the back out. But that's why you got to kind of learn. Look at that thing right there. One engine operations, man, and we did it. And let's quit, man. And I just want to let you guys know, man, I appreciate each and every one of you riding along. Now, here's where this is in DCS where you really get to take a look at what you did, all of these different events that happen. And so anything red is something they initiated. But man, we can come and, you know, we destroyed 3 vehicles completely, but you know, we did a lot of damage. We had a couple of misses, a couple of missiles that we didn't use. So we'll refocus and train. I'm thinking the EO timer, I needed to restart again, maybe. But outside of that, guys, man, we had a really good run. Here's another one we killed here. Hit, dead. We killed those folks. And we just had a good run, guys. So from me to you, I just want to tell you guys, big up. Thanks for hanging out. And maybe the next one will be an X-Plane stream. I have an F-16 and an F-18, and I'm hoping I get some other content creators like Geo in there, and maybe Leo Sticks, and anybody else that wants to start flying DCS. I'm down with it. And in the meantime, guys, big up to everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging along. Mohammed, Mundi, big up to you. Thanks for joining the stream. I hope to catch everybody else maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll be doing some X-Plane tomorrow, and then I'm going to keep training up because DCS will be a staple of the channel as well as American Truck Simulator, and believe it or not, Euro Truck Simulator, which I haven't done yet, as well as X-Plane, DCS World, and all of its different mods, and then eventually Microsoft Flight 2020. So man, big up, happy Sunday. If it's Monday for you already, happy Monday morning. God bless everybody. Again, thanks for all your time and support on the channel, Facebook and Twitch. Sorry if I was not able to see you guys in the chat because I haven't figured that out yet. So big sorry to you guys, but I will check that out. In the meantime, big up. I'm your boy Dre. This is the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel, of course, broadcasting also to Twitch and Facebook. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. God bless you. Continue to keep each other safe, and you know, be patient with yourself, be tenacious, and be you know, deliberate in life. And thanks, Bakazato says, great stream, Dre. Hope to see you. Hope to see this still again soon. Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to be rotating them in, guys. So big up. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And yeah, we're out of here. Nothing else to say except thank you and God bless.